It is time to go racing to win. We've got the third of 4 night meetings coming up at Sha Tin on the all-weather track and 8 races, including a big triple trio jackpot. We'll get to that shortly, but it's time to introduce the panel. We start off with Tom Wood. Tom, massive day for Joe Moreira on Sunday.
Yeah, it certainly was, Mark. It was a great day at Sha Tin Sunday, and we're back at Sha Tin for the second of the triple headers. We've got, of course, Sunday, Wednesday, and then Sha Tin again on Sunday. And all-weather meeting could always throw up something interesting. And the last race certainly is the best of them. Class 2 over 1650. Looking forward to seeing a horse in that called King Shield, who was a very impressive winner on the all-weather going back 3 runs ago now.
Yeah, really good race, that last race on Wednesday night. Our form expert is Paul Lally joining us. Paul, there's 1.8 million reasons right now to get involved in Triple Trio.
Exactly, that's the jackpot going into it, and we're expecting it to get up to 4 million for the single winning $10 unit. But there's some really good races. This meeting always puts up a few weird results, or upsets as such. Some good dividends for everyone involved. So it should be a good night.
We're going to rewind now to Sunday and check out the racing review. Big day for Joe Moreira, of course, riding 5 on the program, and Tommy brought up 900 wins in Hong Kong as well.
Yeah, he did a remarkable feat for him, really. He's only been here, 5-6 seasons, Joe, after coming from Singapore and breaking all sorts of records there. And, well, he put the cherry on top with the last ride on the Shining Ace. Had a bit of an awkward draw, I think 9 he drew, and was able to get down to the rail and kick strongly, and was able to beat a handy field of sprinters here, Paul. Yeah,
that was the winning of the race. Before the first bend, he was on the rail, 3 back from barrier 9, had the perfect run, and it just won really nicely, and won effortlessly. So he'd been running really well at Happy Valley, so it's good to see him bring it to Sha Tin as well.
You were big on Joe on Sunday. I think you said on the show last episode you thought he could win 6.
Yeah, well, he only got 5, didn't he? And but look, he was going really well, wasn't he? And he had the rides on paper, and they came to fruition as well. Although this one was a bit of an upset, really. When, as far as Joe's concerned, you don't see double-figure prices with Joe on normally.
Yeah, he was 11-1 in the end. This horse here was super impressive, winning over 2,000 metres above. He had Fantasy win on the program as well. That horse there for Danny Shum. He was big last start, and then went terrific. Genoa Park was another winner on the program for Joe Moreira, holding off a few challenges there. Late Pick-in, another one for John Size. His team starting to really fire up. And, of course, with Shining Ace in the last. So 5 for Joe, and he's pulled a few clear again on Zach.
He has. Zach picking up 2 on Sunday as well. A couple for Paul O'Sullivan and a beautiful ride on Band of Brothers. There is the horse rating list with the changes for Shining Ace. Band of Brothers up 9 and 5. Fantasy and Pick-in up 8 and 6. War of Courage up 8. Above is up 12. Grade 1 is up 6. Juno Park up 5. Carefree Prince up 6. And Soccer Master up 5. We go from the ratings to now our horses to follow. And we kick off these, and Paul, with yours.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a horse that raced at Happy Valley last Wednesday night, a horse called Noble Desire. Now, this was only his 4th start for Douglas White. The horse got really well back here, over 1,000. He has raced over 1,200 and raced okay here, but he's at peak fitness now. I thought it was a really good run, and I really like the way he hit the line. He just had to come off the heels of the eventual winner there, and once he hit the line, he finished off really strongly there for 4th. So a really good run from him, and I think a win's not far away.
Tom?
Righto, my horse was in Sunday at Sha Tin, Bright Vision. This horse here out of the stable of Ricky, you got a fair way back in this race. This was the race that was won by Fantasy. Team Power was second. He came from a wee way back. Now, this was only his 2nd start. He'd had 1 run prior to this, and that was on the all-weather. So he's improved from start 1 to start 2. He's another up-and-coming type out of the Ricky U barn. Ricky's still got a few bullets to fire before the end of the season in terms of horses to come out. But just like the improvement from start 1 to start 2, and hoping he can improve a little bit more.
He had some support there on Sunday too. So that was Bright Vision for Tom. Stock Legend is a horse that's only had the 3 starts prior to this race on Sunday, or 2 starts prior to this race on Sunday. They were both over the 1,000 metres. Jumped to the 1,200 metres on Sunday, missed the start. Ended up running on from well back in the field to be beaten a length and a quarter behind Grade 1. Really good performance. I think the further he goes and the further over distance that Stock Legend goes, there he is in the red colours with the white sleeves, just trying to weave through lace in this race. He appreciated the extra 200 metres of this race compared to what he had at his first two-start Stock Legend, a horse to follow out of Sunday. Only one piece of news out of the Stewards report. It's a pretty big one though. Grant van Niekerk off Best Alliance at Happy Valley. Careless riding 3 days from the 15th to the 23rd of April and hit in the pocket $120,000 as well. So he rode plenty of winners, Grant, and they didn't miss him in the Stewards room.
He probably came out even in the end for the night.
Yeah. So that is news from the Stewards. We've got one withdrawal for Happy Valley. No, Sha Tin on Wednesday night. Old habits die hard. Race 3, number 14, Master Bernini is out. The standby runner, the 14, Son of Fox Hunter, goes in for Wagner Borges. 8 races on the all-weather at Sha Tin. It is the third of 4 night meetings. The first is a Class 5 over the 1,200 metres, the Silvermine Bay Handicap. A look at the runners. We've got Chunghua Jingshen, who won an all-weather trial over the 1,050 metres for Derek Long. Also got in the race the veteran Grand Harbour, number 5. He's a 9-year-old with 3 wins on the all-weather to his name. Great Son, the 7 horse, Paul O'Sullivan and Zach Purton combined, fresh off a winning double on Sunday. And Exponents, his last win was as a rating 28. He lines up on Wednesday night as a rating 28. Horses which have been to Chungfa in the last 30 days, just the toppy, Absolute Cool.
Speed map for this first race of the night, 1,200 metres, Class 5. Corey Rapido can go forward here. He's a horse that does have some speed. He won 2 races at this time last year off a low rating, so here he is on a mark of 32. Fairy Floss, likely to be right up on the pace, got very keen last time out, went forward in a recent trial. Grand Harbour can also go forward. Great Son, Fortune Way and Junzi back towards the end of the field. Well,
we're going to have a look at Absolute Cool first because we haven't seen him since December. The tongue tie will go on for the first time. The hood pacifiers come off. He's going nice. He's in the orange saddle cloth, so just a nice quiet piece of work, and he's spent a lot of time up in Chungfa. Aurora Steed, he's come up the early favourite for this particular race on the back of a good second last start. His work's been good as well, so he's a horse that's definitely improved. He goes nicely, and Joe Moreira trying to keep it on his winning streak. And Corey Rapido did win at this meeting last year, did Corey Rapido, and he's really pushed out on this piece of work though. He did respond nicely enough and wasn't a bad time as well, so he's going okay.
Going to look at some replays now of runners that are going around in the first. General Trump is the first of them. This was at Happy Valley when he ran 3rd. It was on the 11th of March. He's got those black, orange and yellow colours on in between horses. Races won by Mr Picasso, who led all of the way. You can see General Trump there in the middle. He fights on for second. Just run over late in the race, but he certainly kicked on. He has his first start on the all-weather on Wednesday night. Aurora Steed, Tom, coming off a last start second as well.
Yeah, he's interesting. Aurora Steed coming into this. John Size, Joe Moreira. John doesn't have too many horses in the barn that are rated Class 5, but this is one of them. Well, he did have Nashashuk, but he's been recently retired, yeah. Nashashuk. This horse here ran second last time out. Got a little bit of a check at the 700 metres, but still stayed on okay. Has had a recent trial as well, Paul.
Yeah, he has. So, look, it's not a strong race, so I don't think this one. I think he's one of the leading chances, and he's just coming to form at the right time. He's a son of Unencumbered. He always works well on the all-weather, but never raced on it.
Also got Corey Rapido, who was a winner at this meeting last year, as you just said.
Yeah, it was, and look, he hit the line strongly enough here as well for this 4th. Look, he's won off a rating of 32. He's on a similar rating here of 33. Victor Wong will take some sort of weight off his back as well. He was just pushed out in that bit of track work. I think he's going okay, though, and this is sort of his go, isn't it? So we'll give him a chance here. I've got him in a minor line.
He doesn't win out a turn. He won off 25 and then he came out and won off 32. I think he'd probably defer to get a run just behind the leader because Fairy Floss was very keen last time out. Again, led up in a recent trial, so he's probably the speed angle in the race, but he should get a good run.
Absolute Cool at the top of the race book. Gear change, the hood off, the pacifiers off and the tongue tie on. Here he is at the Chungfa trials.
Yeah, well, this was a real wet day, and if anything to go by over the last couple of days in Hong Kong, we could be seeing a track like this on Wednesday night at Sha Tin. He seemed to go okay on the surface, not too much pressure in this trial up at Chungfa. He was up on the speed as well, so maybe they look to try and press forward with him out of gate 4.
Yeah, gate 4, as you say. He's got to carry the big weight. It could be a little bit sloppy, can't it? There is a bit of rain around, as you mentioned, but he seemed to handle it okay there.
We kick off with this Class 5. It is over the distance of 1,200 metres. And, Paul, what are you going in the first?
I want to go with Aurora Steed. I think he's improving a lot, this horse. John Size, he is in good form at the moment as well, as along with Joe Moreira. So he's on top. Great Son, he's won off a similar rating before. Zach Purton aboard. Should get a nice run just in behind. I'm going to give Fairy Floss a chance at odds. He's currently a 13-1 chance. He's by Guillotine. He should be suited by sort of a dirt track. He works well on it, and he's got barrier 3. This will be his first start on it. He hasn't done much on the turf. And Coro Rapido for 4th. 4, 7, 10 and 8.
I'm going to settle with Coro Rapido. He's not getting any younger. He's now a 7-year-old. But look, he didn't go too bad last time out behind Striking Mr. C. He was the best of the rest. Won it about this time last year, this meeting. So take a chance with him. To beat number 7, Great Son. He was well supported last time out as favourite and couldn't go on. But prior to that, he ran well when he was right in the market as favourite. Great Son, Zach Purton riding. General Trump, he's not done too much wrong at his recent runs. He tries the surface for the first time, as too does Aurora Steed. So 8, 7, 3 and 4.
8, 7, 3 and 4 from Tom. That has been race number 1 on the all-weather at Sha Tin.